It has been a long, crazy motherfucking day. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Holy shit. Oh my goodness. It's been a crazy day. Barely made it on here on time. I mean, technically, I guess I was a minute late. I cannot get this camera angle to save my life. These lives don't be how they used to be. Kind of crazy, to be honest. I don't know. It's a lot better. Man, it is a beautiful night. I don't know if any of you guys are from the Toledo, Ohio area, but if you guys are out and you look at the fucking sky right now, it is fucking beautiful out here. Like, even behind me, like, you can just see the different color coordinations. I don't know. I believe Mother Nature or nature in general is artistic and absolutely fucking beautiful. What is up, Liam? How you doing on this fine Monday evening or Monday night, whatever you want to call it? How's your day been so far? Hey, that's awesome, man. Do anything fun, special today? How's your day been? For me, it's been absolutely fucking crazy, but productive. School? What, you in college or something? I thought it was still summer. I mean, unless you're taking summer classes. I mean, I guess that would make more sense. Yeah. Hey, I always took a break in the summer. Yeah, nope. What do you mean? Like, nope to what? And yeah to what? Yeah, you're in college. No, you're not in college. Yes, you're taking summer classes. No, you're not taking summer classes. It's not summer no more. What you mean? That's only the 17th of August. It's still summer. Kind of. It's still hot as shit. That's crazy. That is crazy. So you're not in college either. So my question is, why does YouTube let kids in this? They shouldn't. I literally have it set not for kids. You're 67? What's up, Shelly? And Bradley? That 6'7" thing is old as shit, though. I swear, that's like over a year or two old. Shit, that's it? Only 67 on the highway? You one of them that wants to drive 67 in the far left lane when there's 3 lanes of traffic, aren't you? What? But you're going, man? Glow man, by the way. Bruh, what are you saying? You got me confused in the chat, man. Glow man, by the way. Oh, now look what you started, Bradley. Anybody who joins is gonna sit there and put the number 67 in the chat now. 67. Yes, I am Natty. I'm actually a training coach. And those are the 2 biggest things that I'm like stuck on is like, first of all, no peptides, no steroids, no fast food, whole foods, natural and organic only. That's all you should be fucking eating anyway. And I'm glad I can make your day, Mark. How would you make me viral? Well, there's 11 people in here. Although I appreciate everybody, but that's not viral. I also have long hair, but it's not maintained as well. Well, I appreciate it, Orange Tabby. Hey, Bradley, I appreciate you bringing people in if you did. I mean, I appreciate that. Now, if you guys want to do me a big-ass favor, hit that subscribe button and hit that like on the live. I do these lives every Monday, and then I have my other lives, which are on Saturday, also on YouTube. It is, Justin. It is. Well, happy birthday, Bradley. Sometimes supplements are needed, I will say, though, but you got to make sure that you're getting supplements that are actually the ingredient that you're looking for, not just a bunch of bullshit fillers. Supplements is a whole other game. That's something that you really have to do your research on, and you definitely have to look at the ingredients. Because just because it says, you know, creatine doesn't mean it's just creatine. I have no idea what you're talking about, Bradley. What was the boy man and he's saying he's doing YouTube? More than likely, Justin. Or from a foreign country. Because some of these sentences I have not been able to understand. The family friendly. Like, the family friendly what? What are we talking about? I'm me. I set this not for kids for a reason. I'm going to say what I want, when I want, and how I want to say it. I really don't give a fuck. Kids shouldn't be here anyway. This shouldn't be family friendly. It could be respectable. Well, family friendly is pushing it. That's no fun. Oh, Bradley, you got a lot to learn. A lot to learn, my friend. So, mindset, motivation, natural health. I do long form videos about every day. Well, good for you, Orange Tabby 18. I'm glad at least you're not a kid. And I know Justin is definitely not a kid by the way he can actually hold conversations. Bradley, I don't fucking know. But, so I do long form videos on like the mindset, motivation, how the mindset's more important. Like you need the mindset in order to even start going to the gym. Because if your mindset's not there, as soon as the day gets tough, you're going to stop going to the gym. So it's a lot of gym content, mindset. I used to do some entertainment stuff as well. What's up, Rachel? But I quit doing a lot of the brain rot entertainment stuff and have moved all in full-fledged to personal coaching. But a lot of my content, we still do skits. Like me and my buddy Shane will do skits to make content that is relatable to people who are just trying to get into the gym, who maybe don't know how to start, don't know what to do, their fear of judgment. So we try to kind of put messages out like that people can relate to. So that's really what it's all about. Long story short, my goal is to help people pursue their dreams, help people achieve the fitness that they're going for, help people achieve the mindset that they're going for. We can only do so much alone. And I've gone through a lot of different things, and I've gained a lot of knowledge throughout my years and through trial and error and injuries. And to me, it's like, why keep all that to myself? Why not share it with other people? Why not help other people? It's something that I've always been passionate about. I've helped a lot of people in the past just to try and see, or try to help them see it within themselves, to inspire people. Bradley, what the fuck are you on, bro? Like, what are you talking about right now? I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. You all over the place, motherfucker. But that's what this channel is mainly about. I do talk about mental health issues to a degree. Some of it, I believe, is just a bunch of bullshit, in my opinion. For example, I'll give you an example. Bipolar disorder. They try to say that it is a chemical imbalance in the brain. No such fucking thing. It's a complete fucking psyop. It's a bunch of fucking bullshit. It's just another way for people to get prescribed medication they don't actually need. We're human. We have fluctuating emotions. And for me, and this isn't just coming from my own perspective. I don't know if you guys have heard of the Y Files, but I've watched a lot of his stuff as well. And he did a whole episode on the psyops. And one of the specific points that he had brought up was bipolar. So, yes, I do talk about mental health to a certain degree, but it's more like how to actually fix your mindset and your mental health yourself. Watch his if you like the Y Files, watch his episode on psyops. That shit'll blow your fucking mind. But I appreciate you for subscribing, Justin. Bradley, I can't help you. If you don't like the way I talk, then leave. It's that simple. I'm not going to sit here and cater to you to make... I'm just not doing it. You're the only one that seems to be offended. I end a lot of my videos with love you, motherfuckers. Everybody knows I'm meaning out of love, not hate. Nobody else gets offended by it. But yeah, Justin, definitely check out the psyops episode. Bradley, I'm just talking to everybody, not you specifically, just to everybody. But yeah, Justin, highly recommend it. And thank you. It took me a long time to figure this out, but I know that my purpose here on this earth is to disrupt the daily norms and to help people in the process. My personality may not be for everybody, and that's okay. I'm me. Some people will love me, some people will hate me. And I'm okay with that. If they love me, they're aligned. If they hate me, it's just removing fake people. I'm not going to change just to make other people comfortable. I'm not saying I'm going to be a disrespectful motherfucker either, but what I'm saying is I'm going to do what I want in life. And I think everybody should do that. Of course, within respect to other people. And I truly believe, well, nobody said it was creative. You're making assumptions, and oh, you're making an ass out of you and me. Quit assuming, motherfucker. I just feel like our society is going in a very soft, poor me direction, victim mindset. And I'm not going to pitter-patter around that. I'm just not. If you're easily offended, this probably isn't the place for you. Bradley. Yes, this time I was talking to you. But in order for things to change, you have to disrupt. And you have to be able to stand firm on your beliefs and try to inspire other people to be themselves. Because at the end of the day, that's all you really got. The two things that you're going to go to the grave with are your word and who you are. What you leave behind. You can't take anything else with you. You can't take the money. You can't take the body. It all leaves. It's all fucking earthly. What's up, Adrian? Well, RB, you definitely need to get a dictionary and figure out the difference between assure and assume. Because what you did was assume. I never once said disrupting was creative. Therefore, you implied and assumed I said it was. This isn't rocket science now, buddy boy. Get it right. Then stay here. But I'm not changing. So I guess you got to deal with me then. Oh, I just cracked my back. That felt fucking amazing. Mondays are always my 5K days, so that was always fun. It's just lighting, bud. It's lighting for the balcony. Oh, they're just they're clear lights. Well, and red. Speaking of which, I think I should turn on now. And you've never heard of Christmas in August? It's a new holiday I invented. The only bad thing about doing these out here with this light is that the bugs like love the fucking light. Like it's so annoying. Like I don't know if you can see them all, but they're like all over the fucking thing. Did you also know that studies show the people who have a mouth of a sailor are actually have a higher IQ? Wow, I fucked that all up. Long story short, people that cuss like a sailor have a higher IQ. That's actually a statistic that has been proven. No, I'm not myself. But who are you then? If you're not yourself, who are you? Do you need help finding yourself? You should net in that area, and if you do, a lot of lives there. Huh? What do you mean, Justin? You should net in that area if you do a lot of lives there. Like network? You got me lost, Justin. Stop what? What do I need to stop? Bradley, you are very, very utterly confusing. Go back to your off A videos. Can somebody like help me decipher these messages? Am I the only one that's confused? Am I just retarded and don't know what he's saying? Am I the only one, or does anybody else know what this dude is saying? I mean, all due respect, go back to your off A videos, but you need to stop. I don't care. Bro, what? You have me utterly confused. Or maybe that's your goal. Maybe that's your way of trolling, is by confusing the live creator. Ah. That is actually a great idea, Justin. I just don't know if I can actually, like, do it here. No, I wouldn't. Because you probably should. Would you disrupt my belief that I need to get my credit score better? No. That's probably a good belief. If you're thinking that, it means your credit's probably not that good, and you should probably work on that. Extremely chopped, I know. Bruh, if you're gonna troll, do better. Yeah, man, if you ain't above that 750, you gotta get your credit up. Get in that excellent credit range. Get your credit up, not your funny up. I'm pretty sure the original saying is get your money up, not your funny up, though. But you get the point. I mean, I am like 5 to 7% body fat, 155 pounds, 5'8", lean muscle. So, I mean, yeah. I guess I am skinny. I mean, I have a 1-pack on my chest and then an 8-pack underneath it. 750 is freaking sky high for me. Hey, man, but you can do it. You can do anything if you fucking put your mind to it and you take action with it. Anything's fucking possible. I don't know if you're actually being funny at this point or you're trolling or you're just fucking around, but in all seriousness, you can do it. Anybody can do it. It takes time. What's up, Shelly? That would be an even better decision, yes. I mean, are you talking about like cigarettes? Or are you talking about flour? Because I don't see anything bad in flour. But in the cigarette smoking, I actually used to smoke myself. I did for like 10 years. And I quit, shit, like 4 years ago? Hey man, you can do it. I'm telling you, you can fucking do it. That's where the mindset shit comes in. I mean, hopefully YouTube doesn't go after me for saying this, but nicotine, just nicotine itself, not derived from tobacco plants, is actually a great nootropic. It's something called Knick Knack Naturals, but if you look at the ingredients, it's xylitol, gum arabic, non-tobacco nicotine, tangerine essential oil, stearic acid, magnesium stearate. That's it. And with that, as you can see, there is no cancer-causing warnings. All it says is that nicotine is an addictive chemical. We all know that. But no cancer warnings, no Surgeon General warnings. What's up, Martello? It's not dip, it's a lozenge. They're nicotine lozenges. Oh, here's the other good part. You know how people like Zins? These do not have microplastics like Zins. This is an all-natural lozenge. It dissolves in the mouth. Where's that at? Oh yeah, Spokane, Washington, right? But yeah, man, like I will not do any type of other nicotine. The reason why I use these is for the nootropic benefits. There's also studies that have shown that it has been known to help reduce Alzheimer's and some other brain diseases if you get nicotine in its pure form, without all the microplastics and all the other bullshit. Because I like my goddamn balcony, boy. And it's a beautiful fucking night out here. So that's why I'm out here. But yeah, one of my buddies put me onto these Knick Knacks. And I used to get it from their website, but then we started getting them here locally at some of the shops. What's up, Free Bird? How you doing? I quit tree 3 months ago. I mean, if that was your choice, it's not a bad thing to quit. I still like tree at night. Good way to relax, unwind, help the mind decompress, and truly relax. But I won't do anything throughout the day anymore like I used to. Right here. Knick Knacks, 7918. Why are you talking about that? Read the comments, or read the chat. Anywhere between an hour or two. I'm already going on 30 minutes. But if you decide to come back, hope to see you again here soon. I do these lives every Monday and Saturday night. So hope to see you again soon here, Justin. Good meeting you, man. Thanks for the sub. And Freebird, I'm glad to hear that. But don't even look at it as like a diet kick. Look at it as this is my new lifestyle, and this is what I'm going to do. It's not available in Morocco. That's gay. Yeah, I'm not sure how you'd be able to get it then, man. Not in a different country, unfortunately. I'm sorry, but I don't know. Hey, what's up, Ori? But I'll see you later, Justin. Have a good rest of your night. Hope to see you again here soon, man. And 3245, I mean, I'd say it's neither. It's really kind of just like in the middle and depends on how you use it. I mean, they probably have hookah, but hookah's tobacco, and that's sprayed with a bunch of other chemicals. You'll still get your nootropic benefits, but you're also putting your health at risk. Like I was pointing out earlier, there's a reason why this doesn't have any Surgeon General warnings or like cancer-causing warnings, because guess what? None of these ingredients are known to cause cancer or harm your health. That's why it literally only has the warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. That's the only warning that's on here. For those of you guys who, well, see you later, Shelby. Anyway, for those of you guys who are just joining, it's your first time here, make sure to hit that sub button if you can. I really do appreciate that. It really does help my channel grow. It also helps me reach more people. Yeah, Velos do, but they're pouches and they have microplastics. And microplastics are known to cause issues. I think the process of nicotine entering the system causes cancer itself. Completely untrue, Ori. That's what they want you to believe. They created this whole thing with the cigarettes and tobacco and all this other stuff and made it people in their minds correlate it with cancer. And that's not actually the thing. It's not nicotine itself that does that. It's the other 400,000 fucking chemicals they spray on the shit. Well, read the ingredients of nicotine gum. There's so much shit in nicotine gum that that doesn't surprise me at all. It's the ingredients. And yes, Martello, it is. It's actually a nootropic, which is something that they don't want you to know. They don't want you to know how to get it in the real form. No, the chemical reaction itself of nicotine entering the system is the issue with using it as an nootropic. I disagree. I agree. It's the additives. It is not the nicotine itself. That's why this nicotine is not derived from tobacco. And no, this does not have sucralose. Xylitol, gum arabic, non-tobacco nicotine, tangerine essential oil, stearic acid, magnesium stearate. That's it. I mean, go check out their website, knickknacknaturals.com. Since you guys can't see mine as well, you can read their whole ingredient list on their website. And I'm not an affiliate. I'm literally just talking about it just to talk about it. I don't get paid to promote this shit, even though I guess I'm technically somewhat promoting it by telling you guys about it. Circulose is basically like an alternative sweetener, but it also has some very bad effects. Shit, man, that's what's up. You need to put me in contact with them so I can start getting fucking kickbacks when I sit here and promote this shit. You gotta hook me up. You gotta connect me with these guys. But yeah, synthetic sweeteners. But Ori, I have looked it up. Not everything you find on the internet's true. I actually have 2 doctors in my network that are on the holistic route and 1 nurse practitioner. All went through med school, and I've talked to all 3 of them about this in specific. So like the cancer and all this other stuff is not something I'm worried about. This isn't just coming from the internet. This is coming from real professionals who do this for a living. One of them's a 20-year emergency medicine doctor. The other one's my actual nurse practitioner, my actual family doctor. And then the other one's another one I interviewed about a year back when I had my supplement business. Exactly, Martello. You got to connect me with these guys. What are you specifically struggling with when it comes to mind and spirit? I need a little bit more context, because I can give you a lot of different things. Tobacco is a carcinogen. The smoke from tobacco is a carcinogen. Nicotine is not a carcinogen. It's actually a nootropic. But yes, you are right. And technically, we all have those cells in our body that are dormant. It depends on how we live our daily lives if those dormant cells are going to become active. But K4Z, what exactly are you struggling with when it either comes to the mindset or the spirit? Because I do need a little bit more context, because I could go a bunch of different ways, and I don't know if any of it's going to help you if it's not catered to what you're currently dealing with at this moment, or what your question is in general. I have not. I am not familiar with those names, Martello. Yeah, I've never heard of those guys. I'm assuming one of them's a doctor, considering it says Dr. Jubb. But what are they about? What's their specialties? What are they? They're life food certified. Huh. Do they have YouTube? Is that where you find them, on YouTube, or do you find them somewhere else? I mean, it'd be cool to look into. I'm always about learning. The more I can learn, the better it gets. And I just feel like that's the objective of life, is to learn and grow. To always be open-minded and to not always know everything. Because once you think you know everything, you learn nothing. And these bugs are annoying. Fuckers are everywhere. I'll have to check that out. I feel like that would be right up my alley. I've been trying so hard to get off my ass and work. I've been successfully doing this for months. I hate doing it. So two things. Or one of two things. It could be these things combined. Exactly, K4Z. But back to your first chat there. Tried so hard to get off my ass and work, and I've been successfully doing this for months, and yet I hate doing it. So first of all, you need to find what you love in life and pursue that. Second is, if you do not know what you love in life and what you can do to, make a living and love it at the same time, you need to do the shadow work within yourself. You just sit down with yourself for as long as it takes, no distractions. We'll let everything come. The emotions, the thoughts, the feelings, let it all come and process it. Figure out, why you feel the way you do, or why you're thinking the way you're thinking. A lot of the things that you're suppressing could be hiding your answer. Because really, at the end of the day, only you're going to know this. So my suggestion would be to sit with yourself and do the shadow work. To try to figure out, hey, what's my purpose in life? What do I like to do? How can I find work that I like to do and that I'm passionate about, so I don't have to feel like, I have to get off my ass, but I still hate doing it? Unless you can already answer these questions. What are you passionate about? If you could get paid for doing anything that you enjoy, what would it be? Now he's a life food health nutritionist, physical trainer in Long Island. Huh. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check those guys out. I appreciate it, Martello. But good for you for still getting up and doing it even when you don't like what you're doing. Good for you for having the resilience and the discipline to be able to keep moving and keep pushing and not giving up, even though you hate it. But you really got to find what you're good at, what you're passionate about, what your purpose is, and then find a way to make money doing something of that nature. I recently kind of just went through this myself. That is why, I've always been passionate about trying to help people, mentally, physically, spiritually. And I really never thought of it. You know, I thought you had to go through all this like bullshit training, this, that, and the other, get certified, when really you don't. You can help people without that. And so I decided to, you know, stop doing the testing limits like entertainment bullshit and to completely put all my heart and focus on helping people achieve their fitness goals, their mental health goals, and their spiritual goals if they need the spiritual help. Because whatever, I just wish I could not hate the grind. You got to change the grind then. But in order to change the grind, you're going to have to sit down with yourself and kind of figure out those things that I've been talking about. Your purpose. What do you like to do? If you could do anything in this world and you could make money doing it, what would it be? And then create an action plan to bring that to fruition. That's where I would start. It's not going to happen overnight, but honestly, man, that's where I would start. Oh, what's up, Bradley? These fucking bugs, man. Think of it this way. At least you've learned things that you don't like. So now you can knock those off the list. And it makes it a little bit easier as it kind of narrows your search. You know what you don't like. So you don't want to do that. So find what your purpose is, what you're passionate about, and then be able to monetize and make money off what you are passionate about. Because then you're not really working. You're doing what you enjoy and getting paid at the same time. And it makes it easier so that way you don't have to feel like you're really, you know, pushing yourself, making yourself do all this stuff, and then all of a sudden you hate what you're doing. Spilled some water all over the fucking place. I wonder what it looks like without the lights. I mean, that's not too bad. Because I'm so tired of these fucking bugs, man. I mean, you guys can still see me all right, so I might just keep that big light off. Because those fuckers are annoying as shit. But you've already developed a great life skill from all of this. You've learned how to develop resilience and discipline. Hey, you're good, Shane. I was just trying to get Martellus's fucking age. But he responded and I got that. That's all I was calling about. I didn't know if you knew his age and height. Honestly, the hustle is most definitely worth it. And thinking about the destination makes it a hell of a lot better. That too. Because no matter what we do, we're going to have to work hard for it. But you did mention something about a tan beret. Are you in the armed forces or something? They're moths and stuff. They're attracted to this. I had one of my camera lights on. And they were just like all over that shit. I'm not sure if a fly trap would help. I mean, it could. But I think I need to like screen this bitch in somehow. But I decided to say fuck that light. You guys can see me just fine without it. Right? We all good on the visual. I don't need that light. Well, thanks for the confirmation. I was. I'm about to re-enlist here soon. Well, did you enjoy it? And what branch of armed forces were you in, or about to be back in? Navy, Air Force, Marines, Army, National Guard? Or maybe you're not even from the United States. I'm just making assumptions over here. Oh. And I mean, if you didn't like it, why are you about to re-enlist? What makes you want to go back to that direction if it was something that you didn't really enjoy doing? Although I'm sure it did teach you a lot, especially when it comes to, you know, resilience and discipline and doing things you don't want to do, but doing it because you know you have to. So, I mean, there is still some positives out of doing things that we don't want to do. There's a lot of great lessons that can be learned from doing it. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, you want to be able to do things that you're passionate about and that you actually look forward to, like, hey, you know, waking up at the ass crack of dawn to just, like, hit the ground running. At the end of the day, that's really the goal. And to be able to make money doing it. Well, I mean, we all got to survive. But money should never be looked at as the goal. It should always be looked at as the tool, because that's exactly what it is. Man, you guys are silent. What's up with this? I mean, yeah. I think it's pretty ignorant to sit there and say there's no possibility of other life forms. Do you believe in aliens? From a religious point of view, yes, I do. Enlighten me a little bit more. Elaborate. I have never heard it worded that way, ever. From a religious point of view. Never heard it that way. How does the religion tie in with the aliens? I'm curious. Interesting. I've never read the Quran, so I was not aware of that. What's up, Armando? But that is very interesting. I never knew that. I've never heard of that. Huh. I mean, shit. Maybe they were onto something. I believe there's like references to it in the Bible as well. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual, not religious, personally. But I respect other people's beliefs. And among his signs is the creation of the heavens and the earth and all living beings he dispersed throughout both. And he is most capable of bringing all together whenever he wills. Huh. That is a very interesting perspective, a very interesting verse. Thank you for sharing. I don't know, that just got me thinking a little bit. I mean, I feel like there's evidence all around us to some extent. I don't know. Although I'm curious in how the last verse that you just put in there, Holy Quran, and among his signs, the creation of the heavens and the earth, and all the living things he dispersed throughout both, and he is the most capable of bringing all together whenever he wills. That I don't really see the alien context in. That is interesting. I might have to just read the Quran just to see what's in it. I appreciate you for sharing, though. No one's ever told me that. Like, I've never even heard anything about that. Like, it's never been mentioned anywhere. The opening verse in the Quran is, "Praise to be the Lord of the worlds." Of the worlds. That is interesting. It's kind of like a mindfuck moment. Which, yeah, but wouldn't that be like... I personally don't necessarily believe in the same context when it comes to heaven and hell, and I think that's just a scare tactic. But my point being with that is, don't you think that could also be interpreted as, like, you know, when people die, they go to heaven, beings in heaven, spirit in heaven? Or maybe he's referring to the angels and the demons, who are human-like, who are also beings, but not necessarily human. I have no idea, Steve. I truly believe that Jesus was here to try to teach us that we could do the same things that he was doing, and that's why he was crucified and attacked by the powers that be at the time. Heaven is something. Heaven is sky. The concept you were talking about is paradise. The heavens are cosmic. That sounds more believable. That tracks. That makes a lot more sense. Maybe, Steve. I don't know. But I do know that our minds are way more capable of doing things that most would say is impossible. Interesting. I mean, aren't we animals to a degree? I mean, we have instincts just like animals, but we have a conscience to be able to control it. Well, some of us. That is also a very interesting concept. Scar. I've never really thought of it like that either. I was about to say, what do you mean, squirrel? Did you know Adam fell asleep in the Garden of Eden? It never mentions he woke up. No, I did not know that. But you do bring up a good point as well. And Steve, I don't really track with the whole Yahweh. That's a whole nother topic, I guess. I mean, I guess it's similar to what we're talking about at the same time, but like that whole spiel is just, in my opinion, nonsense. Although that last part about before Ra, Adam was known as God, that I can believe in. And it's like that to this day because I feel like nobody actually knows. And so we've created constructs to act like we know, but I don't think we'll ever really know the truth until we're leaving this earth, really. And he creates what you do not know, which really means a lot. Yeah. It does. Because there is so much more to this life than what actually meets the eye. I mean, think about it. The human eye and the human ear only hears and sees in like a certain spectrum like this big, when really the whole spectrum's infinite. But as Egyptian people were on earth, people in South America had different beliefs. So do you think humans created spoken and written language before humans created stories of God? Do you think humans created spoken and written languages before humans created stories of God? No, I don't. Unless you consider hieroglyphics and like images and art or as a way of language, written and spoken. But no, I believe that that's always been around. We've always been looking for, why we're here, where we go, who our creator is. I believe in God, just not in the biblical sense. But no, I believe humans have always longed for this answer, to actually know what is what. And I do believe that that's not very far from the truth. No, the Great Flood was real. I think if anything that most of all religions could agree upon is that that was well documented throughout all religions and all different cultures and religions and everything, that the Great Flood actually happened. Sovereign Truth Seeker to 144,000 sheeple. Can you elaborate that more? Squirrel? No, not you, Cash. Every time I say squirrel, my dog's ears perk up. But Sniper. I don't know. I can't speak about something I've never heard. I've never heard about Noah's grandfather living 969 years after the Great Flood, personally. So that's all new to me. I can't really speak upon something that I've never even heard of until now. It's an inversion of the religious program. I'm going to have to look into that. Sovereign Truth Seeker 144,000 sheeple. Or 144,000 sheeple. But all in all, I guess I don't know, I've always had this thought that what if God is alien? And based off some of this, it seems like some of you guys might believe the same thing. The sovereign internet doesn't require a third party to get between your higher self and the source. Now that I agree with. I just didn't know there was a terminology for it. Until now. The entire Old Testament is fables. Most of the stories have people living over 200 years old, same as the three little bears. Can't say I've really ever read the Old Testament either. I think I've read the Bible once, and I was probably 15 years old. That was about 15 years ago. And I can't even say that I actually comprehended everything that I read either. And it was the fucking King James Version, which we all know is a bunch of bullshit to some extent. Or a version of bullshit that was used to keep people as sheep. Yeah, I do. The turnpike's literally right behind me. So you guys probably do pick up or hear a little bit of the cars going by. For example, the Hindus call the powerful creator who has no limits, no image, Brahim. That's interesting. I live next to 95 in Philadelphia, PA. Hey, well, you're not far from here. I'm in Toledo, Ohio. I like listening to the cars at night. Kind of helps you sleep. Goes against the stimulus grain. They see the patterns of antiquities, the end of beginning. Time is not linear. It's on a 138-year loop. I've never heard the 138-year loop part, but I do know that time is not linear. But just as if this isn't the only universe, if you guys believe in multiple dimensions and universes and stuff of that nature, I don't believe this is the only universe. Why change humans into animals like sheep seems degrading? Because that's what they wanted, at least with the whole King James story. King James literally rewrote the Bible to fit his narrative. And it was passed out for free to all the peasants. The Hindu says you cannot fathom Ibrahim and you cannot limit him. Same as God is of Abraham. The loop is... you guys are throwing out some big words now. The loop is Nendrotrophy. Never heard of that. Can you explain what that means? We are programmed to only see entropy. By the way, Islam, we believe in a multiverse and more like multi-worlds and multi-divisions. I did not know that. I did not know Muslims thought that way. That is very interesting. I guess I pulled my own belief system from a bunch of different religions. I guess some of my belief system comes from the Muslim religion, according to what you're saying. I did not know that. That's very intriguing. But I have never heard of a Nejan trophy or an entropy. What does that mean? Sniper? Can you elaborate more on that? I mean, yeah, I guess God would be a debate for the human race. Just like there's 800,000 different religions, all claiming to be the truth. Some believe in God, some don't. Some believe in multiple gods. So I would say that that is a very debated topic in general. Nendotrophy is a negative entropy. Entropy means to die, to break down. So what does it mean that we're programmed to only see entropy? The seasons are never everlasting. Do you think that the story is Jesus figured out the next trillion years of human evolution? To be honest, man, I don't know how to answer that. I don't know who said it, but I believe somebody said we repeat the same cycle every 138 years. So if that's the case, then I guess technically, yeah. But I don't know. I truthfully do not know. But if we are repeating ourselves, then I would see how he could. We have been programmed with a base 10, but nature is base 12. Bro, you have me like mind fucked right now. I have never heard that before. We have been programmed with base 10, but nature is base 12. Can you explain that in more detail? 7 heavens and of the earth, the like of them. So I guess what you're saying is that the Quran is also pointing out the fact that there are multiple universes and dimensions. Hey, Steve, I'm going to be honest. If I don't know, I don't know. I'm not going to try to act like I do know. I'm actually learning a lot right now and getting a lot of different perspectives from all of you guys. It's actually very interesting. I'm not religious, so it's not necessarily like my Adam or my Noah or my Abraham. But that last part wouldn't surprise me. That's kind of where I'm at, Steve. I don't think anybody truly has the answers. I think we're all speculating to some degree, or that whatever we truly do believe becomes our reality. Base 10 is division of 1, 2, 5, and 10, but base 12 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 6, and 12. So much more information data sets within that baseline. It's where secrets of the universe are hidden from us. So you're almost along the lines of like this is a matrix, like a computer code or a program. And that's the thing, only the creator is one. That's the wisdom behind different worlds and different versions of us. And that's the thing, only the creator is one. That's the wisdom behind different worlds and different versions of us. I'm not sure I follow, no matter how many times I repeat that. Yeah, that tracks, Steve. I don't mean to interrupt you guys, but I love what you guys are doing here. I love what you guys are saying. It's actually a very interesting conversation. If you guys haven't yet, I would really appreciate if you guys could hit that subscribe button. I do these lives every Monday and Saturday. Saturdays with my guy Shane. Mondays are solo. But would really appreciate you guys' support. If you guys could hit that sub button, I'd greatly appreciate it. Water. Water in a mason jar. I appreciate you, Sniper. So I guess that's where quantum physics comes in. But essentially, I guess what you're really saying is like this is like a matrix or a computer program to some degree. And that the creator of this program is God. Get blue cobalt glass bottle. What's up with that? Or why do you say that, Sniper? The thing is, I myself believe in an all-powerful creator who is beyond all matter and time and all imaginations. That's why I believe in the holy books and different interpretations of them. I mean, I'm with you there. But I do feel like the creator, God, the universe, for one, is something of along the lines of the Matrix. And almost like an alien creator. Maybe not an alien in like the UFO type, but something that we cannot fully comprehend or understand. Drink alcohol twice a week and water the rest of the week. I'm not much of a drinker of alcohol, but I love water and coffee. The blue and the sun. It's why they took all the glass stained windows out of the ancient churches. That's interesting. I didn't know they did that with the churches. But can you elaborate more on that? Empire, Constantine of the year. But yeah, that's the other thing is a lot of like, at least when it comes to the Christian religion, it was created by humans after Jesus died. Even though in my belief that Jesus was real, yeah, but he was here to try to bring us all together, for us all to come together and all find the one true light. And that is completely lost in Christianity now. That is not what they try to do. Are you familiar with the concept of unmoved mover? I am not. I've never heard that before. I did know about the bells, especially during World War II. But I did not know that was the reason why. It cleared the ether, allowing of intuition. And Steve, that doesn't surprise me whatsoever. Although that's very unfortunate that that's the direction that that group had to go. It's an idea proposed by Aristotle that everything leads to the unmoved mover, unmade maker. Can you elaborate more on that, Flamingo? That is an interesting theory, Sniper. I didn't know it went that deep. To be honest with you, Steve, I don't know on that one either. But a lot of that was actually based off pagan religion first. To be honest, I'm not sure who the creator of YouTube actually is. Not to bring any hate, but I know all of the big social media conglomerates and everything are all owned by Jewish people. Then who made the internet, then who made electricity, and so on. We will reach the point of the unmoved mover. Trying to, Flamingo. Then who made the internet, then who made electricity, and so on. Wasn't it Edison who made the electricity or discovered it? It means this chain must stop at someone who wasn't caused by anything, or we fall into a self-imminent regress. That's an interesting take. I guess I do get it to some degree, but still slightly confused. We are more than we suppose ourselves to be. That I can agree with. That's why I always try to tell people you're capable of doing anything that you want to do in this life if you just truly believe it. Santa Claus came from the Germanic folklore from the festival of Yule before the Christian religion was formed. Oh, I thought they had Krampus over there. So what's your question, Sniper? Oh, geez. I meant that everything in existence started from a point and that point had no cause. So you're pretty much saying that everything is pointless. And you guys are really making my fucking brain work tonight. But let's hear it, Steve. Bro, you're spitting some shit out of me that I've never even thought about my goddamn self. So, my apologies. Jesus, Steve. I mean, yeah, I get that point, Flamingo, that, you know, everything started from one point, like the creation of the universe. And then it kept progressing. Man. I mean, you're not wrong. It only took 200 years to go from horse and cart to Holden. How many resets have we really endured as the human species? I don't think we've faced any resets. Well, besides, I guess, the Great Flood, if that's what you also believe in. Yeah, but that sounds almost contradictory, Flamingo. I mean, what's stopping us, Steve? Why not? The other thing I don't understand, especially when it comes to the Christian religion, is if you're supposed to worship God, why are they so focused on Jesus? Because technically we're all God and reincarnated. So if you're going to look at Jesus and be, oh, well, he was the Son of God. Well, you are. I am. We all are. So why can't any one of us be just as holy as Jesus? I don't know. That's a weird... That just... Fucking... King Ghost kind of got my mind going there. But like, it's really the same concept. We're all sons and daughters, per se, of God, right? So if Jesus was God's son, and they worship Jesus, even though that should be blasphemy because it's not God, like, doesn't that sound contradictory, or am I the only one who thinks that? I was told by my parents you're the same age in death that you died in life. I wasn't talking about what you were saying. Well, yeah, I was talking about that. I said two things that were contradictory. You're talking about the thing that you were talking about. But I mean, I guess that would make sense that when people pass and people see like the spiritual afterlife, that they're stuck at the same age that they died. But I mean, I know you're making jokes out of it, but on a real note, in Islam, Jesus Christ was sent to preach monotheism, and he never claimed to be God. Well, that's what I mean. That's what I mean is contradictory. At least in the Christian religious sense. They're all like Jesus, 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 not actually like worshiping God. And so, like, in my opinion, it's like blasphemy. I don't know. I don't understand that, especially when it comes to the Christian religion. That is interesting. I didn't know that last part. I mean, I don't know about that, Steve. I do believe that he was able to tap into the powers that we all have. And he was trying to show us that we could also, you know, heal the sick, walk on water, as crazy as this shit sounds. And that's what he was killed for. Sniper, I have not heard of that. That's what I'm talking about, Flamingo. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. Because you're committing blasphemy. I mean, in their sense. You fucking nailed it. Spot on. That's exactly what I've been trying to say. It makes no fucking sense. None. I mean, no offense to the guy that was just in here that was saying, like, Jesus loves you, but that's what got me thinking about this shit. Yeah, Palfi, I can agree with that. Are these verses in the Bible, Flamingo, or are they in the Quran? If these verses are in the Bible and these Christians are still praying to Jesus and not God, that just doesn't make any goddamn sense. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy to me because I've gotten into some heated arguments. I mean, more like philosophical arguments, not like angry ones about that. And I had no idea that in the Bible he had quoted those two things. And yet these people are still saying that they're going to worship Jesus, that Jesus is God, and blah, 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 blah. That's so contradictory. That's fucking blasphemy in itself. And that's why I can't get behind the Christian religion. No offense to anybody who's Christian. It's just not my thing. I mean, I respect everybody's beliefs, everybody's fucking religion. I'm just not religious. I'm spiritual. I don't believe any of them are right. I believe that they are all bits and pieces of the truth spread across different religions. And there's clearly a lot more to this based off some of the stuff I'm learning from you guys that I did not know. That is interesting. Yeah, then it literally makes no sense to sit there and pray to Jesus. From a Christian standpoint, you're committing blasphemy, like I've been saying. Like, based off everything you're pulling out from the gospel and the stories and stuff, and especially if these people have supposedly read it like they have, then they've read this. They should know this, and yet they're still doing it anyway. That just... it's mind fucking boggling, man. Like, it doesn't make any goddamn sense. That's what I was talking about earlier, Palfi. But that's what I believe Jesus was here to do, to bring us all together to the light, to God. Had nothing to do with religion. Had nothing to do with what the Christians think it does. Like, he was trying to show us how to tap into our... one of them would be telepath. Our telepathic gifts. I believe that is real also, Steve. I was in an experiment similar to MK Ultra in 2020 because I can speak in telepathy and the Bible was used in an experiment. I do believe people can. And I believe people can learn it. Just like I believe people can heal themselves with their mind. And I believe this because that's why your mindset is so fucking important. Yeah, I'm not hating on Jesus. I'm just saying he's not God. And so it doesn't make any sense as a Christian to worship Jesus when you should be worshiping God. You can have an experience with God without setting foot in a church ever. I also agree with that, Palfi. That's where I'm at, man. And also, 666 is not a satanic number. It's an angel number. I don't remember exactly what it means. I don't know if that's why you have it in your username. But I do know that 666 is actually an angel number. It is not what people think it is. In 1415 AD, a philosopher of Alexandria was murdered by a mob using roof tiles or oyster shells. She was skinned alive by the Christians at the time. Damn, why did that happen? That's what I was saying, Pelfie. We on the same page, man. He was a threat to the fucking powers that be at the time, And he was trying to get people to find themselves, to be able to tap into their true nature, to tap into the mindset, to the telepathy, to the ability to heal. And he was a threat to the powers that be. So they crucified him. And then they made a religion out of him. God is beyond all things, and that's what Jesus preached for. For example, when Jesus was asked, what's the most important commandment? What did he say? I'm not sure what he said. What did he say? Flamingo, 666 is my name, but yes, and now people are fixated on 666 being the devil. Yes. I learned that from a girl who had it tattooed on her, and she was into tarot readings and stuff, and kind of gave me a little bit more of the explanation on the number 666. But yes, it is an angel number. It's not anything to do with the fucking devil. But okay, if they're doing something like that, then why? Why do they not want people to know the real meaning of 666? Why do they want to associate it with the devil? What is so special about 666 that they're trying to scare us away from it? That's my question. Mark 12. The most important one, answered Jesus, is this. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Yeah, as in meaning that we are all God. For example, if we were to go to an ocean, the ocean is God, and then we take cups and we dip them into the ocean, and those cups are us. At least that's how I interpret it, what you just said. And that's also what I believe in, is that we are all God. We all have that ability. But see, it's religion that fucked that up, Flamingo. It's not your, and you're not correct. I mean, don't be sorry. But I believe they did that on purpose. They put that in the Bible on purpose to have it be the mark of the beast when it's really not. I don't believe it's true. 999 is where it's at. What does 999 mean? Focused on using reasoning, mathematics, and philosophy to contemplate the one, the ultimate reality. The church didn't like that. It's a one-to-one with the source, like I said before. That explains a lot. I'm glad they're not still doing that shit, because we'd be fucked. They don't want us to know who we really are. We, in this creation, Jesus knew, but he knew not to claim to be God, but the Son of. See, Flamingo, that's where I disagree. Which, there's nothing wrong with that. We're all entitled to our own beliefs. But 666 is an angel number. I do wholeheartedly believe that. I believe they're, like Palfi was saying, they don't want us to really know who we are. And so they hide the important things and put crazy, fucked up things behind it to scare people away from using it. But I do believe that we are all bits and pieces of God. We're not necessarily a God, but we are part of him, if that makes any sense. And it also creates conflict and controversy and people being at each other's throats. Sports, race, religion. They're all being used to divide us. Because if we are all divided, then we cannot come together and do what happened in 1786. Or whenever that was. It wasn't, was it 1786? But yes, it is a trap. Consciousness is what's commonly known as God. Through consciousness God, we experience the creation, and through his creation, we experience consciousness God. See, yes, Palfi, you explained that a lot better than I could have. I mean, I believe some of that. I believe that we will go back to him. I don't believe really the rest of it, but I still respect your belief. And I do appreciate a lot of the stuff that you've been sharing as well. Yes, Palfi, exactly. That is why we are all connected. All of us, no matter what our beliefs or religion is or any of that stuff, we are all connected. And we're all connected to God, along with each other. To some degree, Flamingo, yes. But I do believe that we are God and that we are all connected. We're all connected to God and we're all connected to each other. And that is why the telepathic stuff is real. Steve, are you still here? I've never talked to somebody that has claimed that they're able to do stuff telepathically. That is very intriguing. And if you are still here, I'd love for you to elaborate more on something that you were involved in, which you said was similar to the MK Ultra experience. 666 points. Straight to the state persistence. I'm not following that, Sniper. Can you dumb it down a little bit for me here? I want to understand it, but I'm not sure I get it. This has been a very, very eye-opening conversation. It's probably one of the best lives I've had when it comes to more of the spiritual realm. Most people are not so open in discussing these types of things. So I really do appreciate all of you guys for having this conversation with me. I mean, to some degree, Flamingo, I agree with that. Especially that one is the only absolute number. But I believe that we give power to things. Ah, there you are, Steve. Can you elaborate more on those MK Ultra? Well, what was similar to the MK Ultra and the telepathy that you were talking about? We go back home where there is no Palfi, no Robb. Palfi and Robb aren't real. We are just what is the universe itself. Yeah. Well, see, then you're kind of saying that if we allow a number to have power, then it does. So then God isn't the ultimate power or the only power. He is the ultimate power, but he's not the only power. The knowledge we possess comes from remembering. Well, that is true. A lie could influence you even if it's not real, but that's where it comes down to the mindset, and the mindset creating our own reality. If you believe it and you give it the power, then it does have power. And if enough people believe something and give it power together, especially if you amplify it with multiple people, multiple beliefs, then it does give it a power, even if it's not real. I mean, what is real, to be honest? And that I also agree with, Palfi. That is why I do like the Bible, but I will not go to a church to figure it out, because God gave us discernment for a reason. Now, Flamingo, that I've seen firsthand is not true. Like, in my local area, there's a place called Holcomb Woods. I'm going to give you guys the short version of this story. If you believe me, great. If you don't, that's okay too. I wouldn't believe me either if I heard this on the other side. So I'm not insulted. But long story short, there's a place called Holcomb Woods here in Toledo area, right? And I don't know what happened there, but whatever they did opened up some portals to different worlds or something very evil, right? So basically, I've had a lot of different paranormal experiences there, but the last time I was there was the last time I'll ever go there. Basically, we took a girl there who did not believe in the paranormal at all. Did not believe in it. But she egged them on. Fuck you, motherfuckers, come get me, bitches, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Long story short, the bitch was possessed. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but I'm telling you right now, the one thing the human body cannot fucking fake is the eyes. Do you see how my eyes have whites in them, like we all should right now? I'm telling you right now, I took a flashlight to her eyes, and no, she was not underneath the influence of anything. But her eyes were pitch black. No whites left. Didn't matter if the light was there or if it wasn't there. So what I'm saying is, based on that haunted house theory, just because you don't believe in something doesn't mean it cannot be true. Like on the haunted house theory, that's totally like she didn't believe that the woods were haunted, but yet she found out the hard way. So it's not a very good example. But again, I do respect your beliefs. I'm just telling you from my personal opinion, I know for a fact that's not necessarily true. We're only here to walk each other home. Night all. 3:28 here. All right, well, have a good night, Sniper. Thank you for joining from the UK. Hope to see you again soon. And appreciate you for subbing. Have a good night, man, and hope to talk to you again soon, man. I'm choosing not to believe in the devil won't protect you from him. Personally, I believe in the existence of demons. And that is true, Flamingo, that last part. We are the observing the observer. God sees everything they see because every set of eyes in this creation are ours. God's, the creators. Nothing is created out of nothing. It's created from the conscious thought. Yeah. Synchronicity plays a huge part in seeking truth. What is time without synchronicity? That too. Time isn't real because so many people believe in the time. It's been created and it is real. Oh, that felt good. Yeah, I believe in the demons and ghosts too. I've actually seen too much of it where I do not seek that stuff anymore. My last experience happened when I was about 18 or 19 years old, and it was the last time I ever wanted to go looking for anything like that again. Anytime I looked for anything paranormal, I never found anything that was holy or that was good. It was always evil. And my last experience of that brief story that I had just told you, which I know sounds fucking insane, that was the last time that I ever seeked anything paranormal. I could care less if I ever see it again. I know it's true now. I've had plenty of experiences. That's all I needed. I had my proof. That shit ain't nothing to fuck with. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Anyway, I don't know why it made me think of the fucking song, but time is bound by space and matter and change. For the Big Bang, there was no space-time, so it's logical when we say God is timeless and spaceless. Yeah? Which is true in reality. But we've given power to time, and we all believe in it, and we keep track of it, and so, in a way, we've created it together. First ghost I was 8 was a flat person that sent me in search of the real essence of creation. That's crazy. Can you elaborate more on that story, Palfi? I love hearing other people's experiences and stories with this stuff. Time is the length this system, capacitor, takes to go from nothing fully until it discharges fully. That is also true, because if that The time, space, and matter without each other, but we're not bound by them, only told we are. Because if that were actually true, astral projection wouldn't be a thing. And that's also why I believe in reincarnation. Maybe it won't be in this world. Maybe it'll be in a different universe, or we'll be in a different form. But I do believe that we just keep coming around until we learn everything that we're supposed to learn, until we can move to the higher realms. Time is the length this system capacitor takes to go from nothing to fully until it's discharged fully. So with that sniper, what does it mean when it does discharge fully? What happens? Or what do you think happens? Do not say of those who are killed in God's cause, they are dead, they are alive, although you do not perceive that. Do not say of those who are killed in God's cause, they are dead, they are alive, although you do not perceive that. Trying to understand it. So essentially what it's saying is they're both they're dead in our sense of our reality, but they're also still very much alive, just not in this human form, not in this body. But what do you mean by saint-like people? If time was exact, wouldn't fly when we're enjoying what we're doing, and drag when doing something we loathe. That's why we say that felt like hours, or on the occasions where the time goes, time is no perception. That's why we say that. That is a very good point, Palfi. Exactly. They're alive. We just do not feel them. I mean, not everybody feels or sees them, but some do. I have. But I do see what you're saying now. Yeah, but who's really the righteous people, though? That's what I guess that's more or less what I'm acting like. I get what you mean about speaking about saint-like people, but who's really righteous? We're all saints and we're all sinners. You probably can't see it, but I literally have saint and sinner tattooed on each arm because I believe that nobody is perfect. That we are all saints, but we are also all sinners. So we're all righteous people to some degree. I guess in some instances, I don't believe it like that, but I've never heard it in that phrase that way. We are all gray. Although I get what you're saying, and it is true. Just never heard it that way. That's a very interesting way to say it, a very interesting perspective. Exactly, we can't be without duality in all its forms. And that is also very true. I got these tattoos when I was 18 years old. But I believe it's the closest thing to the truth. No matter who you are, no matter what you do, nobody's perfect. Nobody's a complete saint. Nobody's a complete sinner. Life is all about the dualities. And in a way, it's what makes life beautiful. Because we're able to learn a lot from being a sinner. But you can also learn a lot from being a saint and help a lot of people. But I guess some people are more just inherently evil. That I can agree with, Flamingo. I love that, Alfie. Yes. That's the only way to learn. Well, not the only way to learn, but I think it's the best way to learn. I guess it depends on your standpoint. I believe that we are all saints, but we are also all sinners. Now, I do believe that there are some people that are just inherently evil people. That don't necessarily have the dualities. Or maybe they do. I really don't know on that one. But people like Jeffrey Dahmer. Now, what I'm about to say might be kind of fucked up if I don't say this right. And I'm not saying I believe in any of this, but I've heard theories that everything we've learned about Hitler was false. That he was trying to bring the masses together. Now, I don't know how true that is. I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard this. But something along those lines. And that history basically made him out to be the bad guy when really he wasn't. I don't know. I don't know if it's true. I've just heard theories about it. It's definitely the real path to righteousness. Yeah? I believe we are all sinners, only some of us try to redeem themselves. Yeah, some people don't have a conscience. Some people just hurt people without any regard to them and truly do not care. And I don't think those people will ever redeem themselves. Not everyone actually has a soul, so they're not our creation. Trying to topple the satanic elite. I do believe that to some degree too. I believe there are people among us who are NPCs. Who do not have a soul. Who are just here to be herded sheep. Who can't think for themselves. Just like there are people, like I'm sure all you guys have this, but that inner thought. You know, like how you talk to yourself within your head. Some people don't have that inner dialogue at all. And those are the people that I also believe are NPCs. I believe the dragons could have been real at some point. I don't think it's completely a far-fetched idea, to be honest. Yes, the dualities of life, the good and the bad, the love and the hate, it all balances each other out. Everything is done in harmony. It's all balanced, even though sometimes it might not realize it or you might not see it depending on the perception that you're viewing it from, but that is very true. Love and hate, good and bad. It's all a duality, but it's all balanced in the world that we live in. That's an interesting theory, Flamingo. That one I've never heard before. That's a definitely interesting perspective. And that's what I mean, Palfy. The NPCs are the ones who don't have that, the inner dialogue, the consciousness. And it's crazy to think that people do not have an inner dialogue. When I first learned that, I was like, what the fuck? I mean, I think I first heard that almost like 10 years ago, but it still blows my mind to this day. Like, how do you not have an inner dialogue? But I don't know, Flamingo, that could be true. I've never heard that perspective before. I kind of always put them at different timelines. I never thought of it as like this instead of that. Yes. Yes, they are. And to some extent, I wonder what their real purpose is. Cash. Come here. Like, what is the purpose of an NPC? Well, thank you, Flamingo. God bless you as well, man. And if you wouldn't mind hitting that sub button if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it. Would love to have you guys in here again. Like I said, I do these every Monday and Saturday. This was very, very interesting live for sure. Ah, damn, Lewis, I'm about to wrap up. You always come in at the last second. That's an interesting theory, Palfy. But that could be true. To disrupt the order. But I'm doing good, Lewis. But you always join at the last minute, man. I only do these for about 2 hours. I'm running on an hour and 58 minutes right now. But Palfy, if you haven't hit that sub button yet, man, definitely hit that sub button. I'd appreciate your guys' support. Well, hit the bell on my profile so you can be alerted. Or just know it's 8:30 to 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time every Monday. So whatever time it is for you there, backtrack 2 hours from where you're at now. It's every Monday. But yeah, Palfy, I don't know. I don't know. Well, just keep in mind 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time here. So whatever time that is for you, I'm not sure. Right now it's 10:46 p.m. my time, and I'm about to end. So knock off 2 hours from wherever you're at now, and just remember that on Mondays going forward. Saturdays are kind of a little bit all over the place. Those times could vary from like 3:30 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I think the last one we did was fucking way later. Now that you say that, Palfy, I think I do. I think I do remember talking to you now. But thanks for coming in. Shane's the other one I usually do the lives with. He's the one I do lives with still on Saturdays, not Mondays. But I appreciate you guys. Yeah, man, I started literally 2 hours ago. And then I made a post on the YouTube account too. Maybe about 2.5 hours ago. I made a post alerting people of the time and stuff. But yeah, I mean, about 8:30 p.m. Eastern time going forward. That's when the YouTube lives are. But yeah, Shane. Yeah, he'll be with me Saturday if you join Saturday, Palfy. But yeah, guys, I think it's time for me to relax for the night. It's been a crazy busy day. Really appreciate y'all showing up. Appreciate the conversations tonight. It's been very interesting. You guys actually taught me a lot, to be honest with you. I got a lot of research to do and a lot of stuff to look into now. But yeah, guys, appreciate you guys all for being here. Appreciate you guys all for being subscribers, and I really enjoyed tonight's conversation. Tonight's live was awesome. I hope you guys have a fantastic fucking night, day, fantastic day tomorrow. And, you know, I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you again for being here, and hey, we'll talk in the next live, guys. So I think that's about it for tonight. I'm already running a little bit past the 2-hour mark now, and I'm ready just to relax and get some sleep. Well, I hope to see you on the next one, man. You take care as well, Palfy. Good to see you again, man. Love you, motherfuckers, and I hope you guys have a fantastic night. I'll see you guys Saturday. See you guys then.